Counters in as well. We're here today at Agecroft with the dedication ceremony to the new names being added to the Agecroft Colliery Memorial. I'm talking to George Dawes, who's the researcher. Is it right you've discovered more and more new names? Would that be correct in saying?
I'm a local genealogist and
Right.
I've been doing research for 39 years, man and boy. Yeah.
Right. And
And,
the names, tell us about the names that have been added today.
well, I'm still in the process of doing research.
Yeah.
It's fascinating that there's only one woman on the actual board, Margaret Chapman, I think her name is.
Yeah.
And I think she was working above ground and fell down a pit, apparently, and scalded to death. So that's quite an interesting one. And there's quite a few young lads, 12, 13, 14-year-olds. I think were they pony drivers? So that's quite an interesting side.
How many names have been added today then?
That list there, the bottom list, is the one we've been researching.
Yeah.
This is the recent one. The previous one is on the side there. But this is today's commemoration.
Yeah.
The ones on the bottom.
And what age groups are there?
They stem from about 12 years of age, and I think we've got 70 odd year olds in there. 10, some of them.
The age.
Pony drivers. Yeah.
God.
These were the very, very early ones before the legislation come out about them working underground.
Do we know how many
So-
miners colliery employees were killed then during the duration of the pit being open?
I think Paul would know that side of it.
We'll bring him on. Paul, let's have a quick word with you. I just said to George then, how many workers were killed? Have you any idea?
Well, these plaques that we put on was from the first pit that was there were actually three pits. One was further over near Pendleton, and this first Agecroft pit was from the 1844.
Right.
And if you can see there, the pit was just to the left of us, the original 1844 pit,
Right.
just behind the wheel on the other side of the road where the cars are now. So that would have been the pit where these people died in, the ones we just put the names on the plaques
Yeah.
today. So it's very close to this one. The pit, not the modern pit, was a little bit further back. But the ages of these people, like George was saying, from the age of 10,
Yeah.
young boys, and particularly badly was a shaft accident in 1859 when it overrode the cage and it dropped straight back down to the bottom. And 7 people died in that. That was in January 1859.
Right.
And among them were 4 10-year-old kids.
10-year-olds?
Yeah. And what we found with a lot of them, we can't find burial records.
Yeah.
And the assumption is that basically they were left underground if there was no burial record. Some people just left there. It's probably too expensive to dig them out.
Yeah.
And the cost was the main thing in them days, like it is now. So they only just sealed them up and left them, which they did do that in a numerous pits, a lot of pits.
Yeah.
A lot of pits did that.
Is it true, I read a story that sometimes the miners have been blacklisted from a pit and they'd work under a false name?
Oh, what? Yeah, that happened a lot, especially
Yeah.
in the Swinton area, Pendlebury area. You know, during the 1860s, a lot of people came from Bilston, Staffordshire.
Right.
We even had the Staffordshire streets up near the top road.
That's right, I remember, yeah.
And basically, they were called knobsticks. That was the name for the scab now. They call them the scab.
Knobstick.
They were called knobsticks. They basically,
Right.
Andrew Knowles, the colliery owner, just shut the pit and re-employed these people and threw the local miners out on the streets. Because he owned the houses as well, the colliery houses. He
Not-
owned everything, Andrew Knowles.
Not well thought of man, was he?
Not at all, no, not at all. Nobody's had a good word for him. But basically, he kicked the miners out for basically wanting better standards of living, going on strike,
Yeah.
forming a union. So he flung them out and brought these,
Scabs
knobsticks in
Yeah,
from
scabs, yeah.
Staffordshire. So anyone who's got relations around the top road in Pendlebury from Staffordshire, well, you know where
Yeah,
you
where
came
they're
from.
from.
They actually did. It was terrible what they did. I mean, we done some research with George, and basically they tied houses, so the miners in the houses were tied to the colliery, owned by Knowles. So if they agitated for a union or anything like that, right out. And he used to have
Right.
like spies at meetings when he tried to get the combines
Yeah, I've
going,
heard you.
and fling them out on the streets straight away, and then they'll bring someone in, an agent, go to Staffordshire, we need 50 men, then they'd come up here and they'd be put in the houses where the original, just flung along the street.
How many years did you do down the pit then?
I was here 12 years
12 at Agecroft.
with Mr. Fredder.
Fred, you're going to come on a second and tell us. Don't you look happy, Fred? Look at him. Happy to be here, Fred.
And my dad was here 35 years.
Yeah.
He unveiled it earlier on. He started at Newtown Week Chief, so I just followed on with my dad really, put me down on the books and that was it. So
Is there any plans for further memorials like the Pendleton pit?
yeah, what we're doing, I mean, if anyone wants to donate any money while we're on here, we're planning on putting a bench in Agecroft Cemetery.
Oh,
It's going to be a memorial to Pendleton Colliery, because that'll be the sort of next stage on it. It hasn't got a memorial Pendleton Colliery. It was a really interesting pit, you know, really
Is it
it was a
deepest
super
in
pit.
Britain,
Yeah,
was it?
it went up to like 4,000 feet.
Yeah.
Really hot. It was a Victorian super pit in a way. It sort of powered Manchester along with Bradford Colliery and made like Manchester what it was and Salford what it was, because that's where the main coal came from. So it's long been neglected, you know, there's nothing there. So if anybody wants to donate to that, you can donate to the Irwell Valley Mining Project website.
Irwell Valley Mining website?
Yeah, project website, and you can just donate whatever you want, a penny and a pound, you know, whatever. And it'll all go towards building a bench from here. Well, it'll be for everyone, for the community, you know.
Talking of money, Fred, you're the one with the money.
I thought you were going to give us some money. Hiya, Paul. I think there's only Paul and myself that ever got the coal out of Agecroft pit. Been on the coal face for 6 years, and on that plaque there, there's a few of the fellas that I used to work with. And on this wonderful tribute day, although we've got inclement weather and everything else, we've always got Flinny. And like you said, Carl, while you were filming, about that young lady that sadly fell backwards into the pit shaft, and he remarked they never knew how to reverse. I thought that was a bit near the mark for this day, Flinny, not like you normally.
I never said that.
And congratulations on the match last night.
I assume Fred's been...
You can edit that bit.
It's live actually, but...
Set up, aren't we?
Yeah.
But thanks for the bottle of Durham malt whiskey, lads. Don't ever stop that, you're bringing another, will it?
It won't stop us ever again.
lifetime. Yeah.
Oh dear. Would anybody else like to put a knife in me back while I'm here? No. We come out in all weathers to cover all aspects of the year. Oh, here we go.
Last night I was a Kidderminster supporter. I'm saying no more.
Last night they didn't play Kidderminster.
Try Middlesbrough, you balmy bugger defo.
All right. Okay then, boys and girls. Thanks for what you sterling work. It's great. Let's have a look at the memorial in all its glory. It's all right, Paul. Thank you for speaking. And
The
yourself.
old one's on the right there. Just have a look at
Yep.
the old one. Yeah, 80-year-old. Yeah. Because sadly it's faded.
The rain.
I know, I'm the
I don't know why I bother.
The sun as well.
I keep coming out and always get fucking slagged. It's gone live this as well.